Coming to get you, Barbara.
Howdy, Victoria. How's it going? How's your night been? Right on, right on. Love to hear it. Yeah, I feel that. I've been doing a lot of laundry and deep cleaning and stuff, moving heavy furniture and throwing stuff away. That's been my Monday. But I've got a somewhat new announcement. I recently made a purchase. Hello, Christina Hernandez. How are you doing? So, I recently purchased a new Giallo film. Not technically new, but hello, Dirklet. Which the only Giallo film that I've actually seen is Deep Red. We've covered it here on the channel, and I recently decided to get an early birthday present since my birthday is in April. A moment of silence for you. We're not gonna sit here and talk about political shit. So I recently bought the New York Ripper, which is supposed to be a really violent film, and I'm really excited to see it. I'm gonna cover it here on the channel at some point in time. I might bring my wife along for the ride. Hello, Lovey. How's everybody's night going? I believe it was 1970 something. I know it's an old movie. You have diarrhea? I don't know what to do about that, buddy. You might need to get yourself checked out. But the New York Ripper. Super fucking excited to see that movie. I might bring my wife along to cover it here on the channel. I love a good old fashioned murder mystery. Lucio Fulci, I believe. I'm not sure if it was Dario Argento. I get the two confused a lot. It's either Dario Argento or Lucio Fulci. I think it's Fulci. Hey, Justice. How's it hanging? Most likely past the knees. Hi, Foxy. How's everybody's night doing? Hello, Lance Lee. Love to hear it. Marty McFly, good vibes tonight. Ooh. If you know what I mean. What's everybody's favorite scary movie? For anybody who is new on the channel, please let me know what your favorite scary movie is and let's have a nice discussion. And welcome to Camp Black Lagoon. 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Hell yeah. I thought that was a really outstanding remake, especially for a classic movie. Arlie Ermy is stupendous in that fucking movie. Scream is another classic. We have for your eyes, we have the Scream box set, which comes with Scream 1, 2, and 3. But I replaced the exclusive bonus with Scream 4. But there you go. There you have it. That's my box set for Scream. Love the beginning as well for explaining the backstory of the family. I think with every sequel in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre universe, it's always different. There's always a different family member. I've only seen the original. I own the original, but I don't own any of the others, and I haven't seen any of the other films. I heard Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 was directed by the same director, but vastly fucking different in vibes. Play console. Uh, I used to. I mean, I own a PS2. I own a PlayStation 5, but I mostly game on PC now. I also like the prequel to the 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre as well. The ending is extremely dark. I really don't think that 2003 TCM should have cut Leatherface's arm off. I really think that was a low blow. They could have like milked it into a new series or whatever, but that's just me. But they did a really good job, nonetheless. Hey, Don John's great to see you again. PS fan, but on an Xbox and have a PC. I like all consoles for different reasons, though. I'm a huge PlayStation fan. I've been a PlayStation fan since I was a kid, but my first console when I was very young was a Nintendo 64. For those of you who are too young to understand what that was. But I was always playing Mario 64 or Mortal Kombat, the Sub Zero mythologies, which was a really fucking hard game for no goddamn reason. But as time went on, I had the original Xbox, like the original Xbox, the very first one. And then I had a PS2 as well. I had the Fat Boy PS2, and now I have a Slim. I went out to a pawn shop and I bought another PS2. The only issue with this PS2 is the disc reader. There's like a little gem or whatever. It slides out of place, so I have to like angle it in order for it to get to play games. Hello, Mike Graham. How are you tonight? And what's your favorite scary movie? Welcome to Camp Black Lagoon, by the way. I don't know how recent the Xbox One X is. There's too many Xbox this and Xbox that for me to. The Shining? Let's see if we have that. We do have that somewhere around here. I think I misplaced it. I do have The Shining, though. That's also Victoria's favorite as well, from what I remember. I think The Shining is a fantastic movie and well crafted, but at the same time, the artist who crafted it is an absolute fucking piece of human garbage. Poor Shelley Duvall, man. She got treated like crap on the set of that movie. But overall, Nicholas Cage. Wow, I'm blanking on names. I'm losing my mind. Somebody help me.
They're coming to get you,
If
Barbara.
you read the books, you'll find out the dad from Shining was a lot worse. I actually started reading the books. I think I packed up all my books. Yeah, I did. I packed up all my books. I have The Shining. I started reading it. I got like 60 pages in and he's a absolute Jack Nicholson, thank you so much. Thank you so I am so sorry. That's why I was like Nicolas Cage. No, fucking Jack Nicholson. Excuse me. Excuse the slip up. I feel like such a fucking stooge right now. Like he broke his son's arm out of anger and everything. Your favorite Chucky movie. So that is a good question. I have. Excusey. Excusey. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. So I have the box set right here. It would have to be Child's Play 2. That's my all time favorite. If they made it with Nick Cage, it would be super over the top. If Stephen King thought that Jack Nicholson's portrayal of Jack Torrance was over the top, oh, wait till you get a load of Nicolas Cage, my guy. Fuck. But yeah, to answer your question, Lance, it's Child's Play Part 2. I love all of them for their own reasons. But Part 2 is right there on the fucking line, man. So, is there my question to all of you is there a popular horror movie or horror movie franchise that you absolutely dislike? Child's Play 2, Lance. You don't like Saw? See, I could understand why you don't like Saw. I don't know if Tusk is horror or comedy. Tusk is borderline. I think it's a little too much comedy. I mean, it is directed by what's his face, Silent Bob. Wow, I can't. My mind is gone from today's overhaul of stuff. Drag Me to Hell or I Spit on Your Grave, and two whole movie with just SA creeper BS. I absolutely agree. I like so for things that are borderline around that kind of genre. Kevin Smith, thank you. I appreciate it. Um, I like that. Was it the next house on the left, directed by Wes Craven? I like that movie for how just dark it is, but I think that the soundtrack kind of detracts from the entire grittiness of the film. And I think that was the point, but I really think that it brings it down for what it's supposed to be. House of a Thousand Corpses is a fucking classic and probably the only Rob Zombie movie that I thoroughly enjoy. I think that Rob Zombie's Halloween movies are pure fucking garbage. Didn't really care for Devil's Rejects, even though it has a fantastic end to it. But they ruin it with a third movie, which, you know. But I love Captain Spaulding. I enjoy his character. Does a fantastic job. I think he's a better musician than he is a director. Speaking of Rob Zombie, I have a movie that I like but I hate at the same time, and that would be 31. It's just completely ridiculous and just over the top grotesque. Rob Zombie. This is Rob Zombie if he had a personality. And the only thing that I like about this movie is Richard Brake himself. He is probably the best in this entire fucking movie. I think he is a underrated actor. And he when fuck, man. Yes, it is the black and white opening monologue where he's about to hack into that guy with an axe. In hell, everybody loves popcorn. I mean, he if he could like pull himself back from what he usually does, he can do some pretty good movies. I think was it that one movie with the witches? I can't remember what it's called. I thought that was okay for the most part. Very dark. But he always likes to cast his wife and everything. I get it, dude. You love your wife and you want to show it. And she's only ever acted outside of Rob Zombie one time because uh, they were friends or whatever. I can't remember which movie it was, but he did him a favor. But always in a Rob Zombie movie, huh? Can't can't cast other people. It's not like she can act. Evil Dead 2, also a classic. It scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. I like the original. Evil Dead 1, to me, I like that version a lot more simply for the practical effects, even though they, like, you could tell it's fake, but it's also highly disturbing at the same time with how much they get away with. And then on top of it, it's gritty because you know you have these directors and these actors that are making a movie by the pennies, going out into the woods with a cabin and everything and just filming a fucking movie and doing it. The stop motion shit is fucking phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy Evil Dead 2. I don't think that there's any bad Evil Dead movies out there. Like every single movie in the franchise has been God, yes. I think Army of Darkness is definitely a second favorite for mine because I grew up on that movie and I just love dark fantasy stuff. And it just gets really over the top ridiculous. But Evil Dead 2 is fucking awesome. But for me, my top three favorite horror movies of all time would have to be John Carpenter's The Thing. Obviously, it's one of the best horror movies ever made. George Romero's Dawn of the Dead, the original, not the fucking Zack Schneider remake that they did, which was pointless in my eyes and completely forgot the point of what the original was supposed to be and what it was supposed to talk about. And then we have An American Werewolf in London, which is another huge favorite of mine. I love that movie to bits. One of the best werewolf transformations in all of cinema. And one of my favorite werewolf movies, for sure. Hands down a classic. But this is like one of my other prized possessions that I have, and I've been meaning to get my hands on it. And it's probably the only reason why I kept my PS5 because I really don't use it all that often to game. And I was about to sell it, but when I found out that this is a 4K, these are 4K discs, I found out that the PS5 is compatible with 4K discs. So I ended up buying that. I ended up getting this, not realizing it's 4K, and then realized, guess I'm keeping my PS5 after all. I think that this year for the most recent set of consoles has been lackluster as fuck. The last great video game consoles that were out there would probably be like around the PS4, Xbox 360 era. Like to me, those are like the heavy hitters. I used to play all those games all the fucking time. I have Dawn of the Dead poster signed by Tom Savini that I love. I'm super stoked to finally be going to meet Tom Savini himself. I'm nervous. I'm really nervous. But I'm gonna get this signed for sure. I don't know if it would cost extra to get some of my other movies signed that, obviously he's done over the years. But that is the main one that I'm gonna get signed. Which question was that, buddy? I am so sorry. That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. For people, also check out Red State. It's by Kevin Smith, a psychological horror about religious extremism. I've heard about that movie. I've never seen it though. Um, but for people to be unenthusiastic when it comes to meeting fans, I get it. When you do something over and over again, it kind of gets boring. But at the same time, you got people that come to you because they idolize you and the work that you've done. You're an artist, and for people to be like, I appreciate what you did. Those people also put money on your fucking table to provide food to get you to where you're at. It's so good and actually fucked up. Like, wow, we shall see. Because I am very desensitized to a lot of fucked up things. Hello, Nicole Greaves. Good to see you again. How's it going, my guy? How's your night doing? You hanging in there? A little bit past the knees, you know? I love it whenever somebody asks me like how's it hanging. I'm like, "Oh, past the knees." And it takes them a moment to fucking realize what I just said. I'm glad to hear it, buddy. I got something on my foot. What the fuck is that? Fuck off. I got something else on my foot. Fuck off. Fuck. Well, I'm glad to hear everybody's night is going so well. While I've been cleaning and doing laundry and throwing things away, and right around the fucking corner. I watched Predator for the first time. Hell to the yes. Come on! Kill me! What are you waiting for? I'm right here! Absolutely like steroid fueled macho man shit. That all time classic for sure. Have you ever seen Satanic? It's about a curse and a cult in LA. Super cool. Did it have a bunch of band members from different bands starring in that movie? Late Night with the Devil is fucking amazing. I was originally going to like I did a recording with a friend of mine, but I never got around to actually editing it and posting it before my PC crapped out, unfortunately, so we lost the footage. David Milchen is the shit. Who is that? I don't think I plan on ever coming to LA, my guy. Unfortunately. Not my not my vibe. I'm not gonna lie. I see a lot of things on the internet about LA and people who live in LA, and I'm like, yeah, I'm more of a homebody. I like to keep to myself. Don't have that many people when it comes to friends, so, you know, but I love my wife and we keep each other company. Can't trust the net. It's all music and movies here. It rules, just the heat sucks. I mean, yeah, that is true, but at the same time, there are people that I've talked with that are like, yeah, there's some crazy shit out there. When have any social media shit is cancer, just YouTube. I mean, fair enough. Oh, okay. Yeah, that movie is fucking bonkers and absolutely amazing. And if anybody hasn't seen that movie, I definitely suggest you guys go and check it out because like I'm not typically the one that enjoys a good like a supernatural type flick or a possession movie because I've seen a lot of them and I'm like this fucking sucked. Like what are we doing here? But one that actually comes to mind that I actually enjoyed and I put it on a whim, Autopsy of Jane Doe. I think that movie is absolutely phenomenal. And if you haven't seen it, go check that movie out. It should be on Netflix if you have a streaming service or whatever. Predator is a weird movie overall. Oh yeah, I exactly Victoria. Hi, Nicole Greaves. I think you're wrong on that. I think Predator is a phenomenal movie, and it's about your typical macho, like male masculinity going up against this unknown thing that fucks everybody up. And it takes the macho man to set aside his macho ness and use his brain to defeat the predator, the jungle predator, the jungle hunter. I think overall, when I think the weird one would have to be Predator 2, but I still think that movie is fucking awesome as well. But the Autopsy of Jane Doe is one of those movies that just makes you go, "Oh, what the fuck? What have I been missing out on?" Lord, my wife and I were just sitting there. By the end of it, we both looked at each other like, oh, "What did we just watch? And why was it so good? And why aren't like why isn't anybody else talking about this? This movie was amazing." Lord. Yeah, that movie is fucking awesome. Predator's a classic for sure. I like all the Predator movies except for the Predator, the Predators, whatever. The one with the comedians in it that they fucking put in the movie. Um I refuse to watch it. But Predators was fucking awesome. Um Predator 2. I remember when Predators came out, I saw. See, I don't like it. I don't like that movie simply because they got too many things wrong with like the lore and um trying to weaponize autism by like using DNA and stuff, and it's just really weird. And the predator could see thermal heat without using his mask, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Um, so I have Prey. I covered it here on the channel. So if you're interested, hey Icy Mix, what's going on? It's good to see you, bro. Alex Jones rant. They're turning the frickin' frogs gay. Um, Man, that guy is insane. But Prey, to answer your question, or well, not really a question, but to confirm, Prey is actually really fucking awesome, and I enjoyed this movie. We covered it here on the channel, so if you're ever interested, once you actually watch the movie, I suggest you watch the movie first before you go and watch one of my reactions. Definitely go and check that out. But We have the Predator triple feature, which has Predator, Predator 2, and Predators. Then we have Predators, and then we also have Predator 2, the special edition. Yeah, I agree with you, IC. It is just, in fact, another day. Another day, another dollar, even though I didn't make a dollar, but I fucking got a lot done. A lot of cleaning, a lot of throwing furniture away, a lot of favorite sci-fi horror. I get. Would you consider The Thing to be sci-fi horror since it is considered, them facing up against aliens? Color Out of Space, my god, my guy. I watched that movie on the channel when the channel first became a thing, which was like 5 years ago. Okay, movie. Hell yeah, dude. Um but if I can't answer The Thing, lord, I guess we would go with oh, what's that one movie? Oh my god. It's a remake. Okay. Because there's no alien tech, you don't count it. What you mean? There is alien tech. There's a UFO that they find. Underground, they find a UFO. That's alien tech. Um God, I'm trying to remember what this movie is called. But hear me out. It's a remake. It's from the 70s, I believe. It's about it's about whatchamacallit. Uh oh my god, I can't remember names right now. I'm losing my mind. Um like people are getting taken over, and by the end of it, there's a scene where one of the main characters, he gets taken over, and he like points at them, and his mouth opens, and he has a mustache. God, what the fuck is it called? Help me out, guys. You Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Gold medal. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. That movie's fucking phenomenal, man. I have to add that to my collection. But most recently, I added the New York Ripper, which is gonna be my second giallo film that I've ever seen, and I've heard great things, and I'm absolutely excited to cover it here on the channel. I most likely will bring my wife along for the journey. My lord. Guess some would call me Super Stoker Party Stroker, you know? Eight Legged Freaks is another good movie, even though I hate spiders. Trying to think of another movie. God, I haven't seen Fear Factor since Joe Rogan hosted the show. My lord, what a time to be alive. Huh. So I have a few movies. Yeah, I heard Johnny Knoxville was hosting that. Um, I have a few movies that are on my must-watch list. One of them being Onibaba, which is a original Japanese horror film, but it's also a period piece on the medieval times of Japan. Yeah, he used to be hilarious. Um, but it's supposed to be like a period piece. It starts off as like a romantic drama, but the horror starts trickling in over time. But that's kind of where the birth of horror in Japan kind of started with that movie, and it's a part of the Criterion collection. And I would love to add that to my collection at some point in time. Onibaba. We got a other handful of Giallo films that I need to pick up as well, like such as Tenebrae or Pieces. I need to add Takashi Miike's Audition to my collection as well. That's another movie that I would love to add to my library. Like one of my favorite movies by him. Absolutely fucked up and just wholeheartedly disturbing at the end of the day. So, if you guys could pick between three franchises, between Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, or Halloween, which one would y'all pick? Hello, Christina. Welcome back. Halloween before, even though I love all the others as well. Oh shit, which is best? Man, I would have to go with Friday the 13th, honestly. I don't think that there's necessarily like there are some bad movies for sure, but to me there I feel like the Halloween series overall is just like all over the fucking place. Hello, Elisander. Brazilian flags. Hello. Fair enough. That'll definitely sway you. I like Michael the best, but I think the Jason movies for me, it definitely gets convoluted. My bad using talk to text and rolling a joint right now. You're good, my guy. It's all good. You do you. I enjoy Michael as well. I just think that there's like the entire franchise is a mess, just like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. Although I've only seen a couple of those movies, and the good ones, mind you. I mean, some of the bad ones too. Am I the only one that thought the whole Leatherface origin story movie was fucking god awful? Great practical effects and gore, but Lord, who the fuck asked for a Texas Chainsaw Massacre origin story? What's your favorite Friday the 13th movie? That would have to be part four of the final chapter. There's just so many amazing characters in that movie. The cast is phenomenal. Crispin Glover, the dead fuck. Jason, Jason meeting his demise with Corey Feldman. I think that okay, so in my opinion, I think that Jason should never leave Camp Crystal Lake. He is a looming specter of revenge. The only exceptions of him ever leaving Camp Crystal Lake would have to be part two, where he gets revenge for his mother's death, Jason X, where he gets cryogenically frozen and then shipped to space. Then he ends up coming back to Camp Crystal Lake. And then, yeah, I think Freddy versus Jason. He's being manipulated. Other than that, I don't think that there's any reason for him to take a trip to Manhattan whatsoever, you know? I just think that movie was absolutely ridiculous. I also think that it's kind of a shame that Kane Hodder didn't get to reprise his role once more in Freddy vs. Jason. And that's just because the director didn't know what the fuck he was doing. Which is also a shame because I love Freddy vs. Jason, but I hate it at the same time because of what the director did with the character of Jason. Making him afraid of water makes absolutely no fucking sense whatsoever because he's been in water before. He, like in almost every single movie, he's fucking swimming and and dragging half naked bitches in the fucking lake. Water is his greatest fear. What? There's one where the original Hellraiser didn't even get to act in his part. That is crazy. I've only seen the first two Hellraiser movies, mind you. But I thought those movies were great. I have yet to see the third one. I have yet to see the most recent Hellraiser movie, which is kind of interesting how they gender bent Pinhead. But then again, in the novels, I believe he is gender questionable. Yeah, there. Jesus Christ, there's eight of them. I thought there was more. I enjoy the Hellraiser movies. I would love to get the box set at some point in time. I love horror comics as well. I think I need to start like I have a handful of horror comics. So this series being particularly one of my favorites, Hack Slash, and it's about this fucking chick who has a mutated sidekick who go on the hunt. It's kind of like Supernatural in that sense, but they travel the country killing slashers, and some of them are loosely based on, like, licensed characters, but then they do bring people like Charles Lee Ray into the picture. So she ends up fighting Chucky. I think she ends up fighting Leatherface at some point in time. I don't know. I'm not too sure about it. But this series is fucking badass, and I love every single moment of it. And I have to get the other big book collections at some point in time. Definitely worth mentioning and checking it out. Oh no, you're all good, my guy. I'll even show you some excerpts from some of the pages and stuff. Um, oh god. Each issue has a different art style, which I absolutely adore. I love the fact that Hellraiser is a British American horror media franchise that consists of 11 films, as well as various comic books and additional merchandise and media. 11! Oh my god. That's crazy. So, there's Chucky flipping the bird, as per usual. But we have some fairly interesting. Here's a mock Pinhead. It's not actually Pinhead, but you get the gist. But each issue ends up with different styles of artwork, which is really fucking cool. Oh, oh, would you look at that? I dropped one of my Superman cards that I was keeping as a bookmark. So yeah, I guess you could say I'm a huge fucking nerd when it comes to stuff like that. I still have like comic books from my childhood that I've collected over the years. I even have like Vampire the Masquerade comic books and the werewolf versions of those as well. And all sorts of things. But I had a huge fascination with like superheroes and stuff like that when I was a kid. Not so much anymore. I mean, I like the Punisher, I like Deadpool, I like the darker stuff. But Punisher not being necessarily being a hero, he's a fucking anti-hero because he kills people. But I think with all the movies, it's kind of oversaturated and kind of made me disinterested in the entire thing. So whenever they decide to release a new movie or whatever, I'm like, okay, I don't give a fuck. The last superhero movie I saw was Avengers Endgame or whatever the fuck, where Tony Stark dies, something like that. It is what it is. I also love Spawn, by the way. Spawn is fucking awesome. That shit was sad AF. I agree. I cried. I love it to a degree, you know, but when you start bringing people back, it's like, what's the point? You know, there's no stakes. There's no. It's just you're just sitting there to watch a bunch of shit blow up in your face for like 2 hours, and I don't know. That's just me though. Oh my god! Don't even get me started on Clerks 3. Oh my god! I cried. I cried so fucking hard. My guy. We're gonna have another Scream 5 moment, which you can check out here on the channel. The reaction of Dewey's death. That shit broke my heart. Lord. Fuck, dude. You know what? I'm gonna take you guys along for a little trip if you don't mind. We're gonna exit this room. I have a lot of cleaning to do. Hi, Toaster. Hi, baby. Daddy loves you. Everybody, that was my lovely, lovely cat, Toaster. Say hi, everybody. I'll be back, Toaster McGhoster. They say hi and they send you, their regards. Blah blah blah. Ah, my lord. Has anybody recently seen that horror movie, Good Boy? The one where it revolves around the dog's point of view? I haven't seen it, but have you guys seen it? Did you enjoy it, Victoria? Yes, no, maybe so. You liked it, the dog was great, but didn't really like, no spoilers, what they did with the antagonist. Can't remember if I asked you this. I do play Fallout, actually. I do play Fallout. Fallout New Vegas is one of my favorites. I grew up on Fallout 3. I enjoy those two games overall. I wasn't so impressed with Fallout 4. My cat is losing her mind right now because she has separation anxiety, and I've been gone all day because fuck. I've been at my mother's house doing laundry and stuff. So whenever I head outside, she's like flipping out, tearing up the blinds and everything. About to head inside. I do, however, would like to check out the original games at some point in time because I do own 1 and 2 on GOG. And I'm a sucker when it comes to old school RPGs. You have a very good night, Victoria, and I appreciate you hopping on and saying hi and sticking around with us for as long as you possibly could. Hope to hear from you again. Rock on. But the most recent game that I've played is Resident Evil Requiem, which I did a live stream of that here on the channel. So if you're interested in that, I did it, and you can check it out. But I enjoyed it. It was fucking amazing. And it definitely revitalized my love for the series because the last two games were just not it to me. I never really cared for Ethan as a character. there there was a point there was at some point in time it took me like 30 minutes to fucking realize like what I was supposed to do. What are you doing? Yeah. Yeah, I played it on hard, I guess you would consider it to be classic mode. I would love to try my hand at insanity mode at some point in time whenever I get my actual PC up and running. Which actually, weirdly enough, it works. I don't know what the hell happened, but at some point in time I was unable to access my desktop. I just kept getting a blue screen, but it works now. So I just have to completely, whatchamacallit, reset everything to make sure that there's no spyware or anything like that on there. But at some point in time I will redo that game. I don't know if I want to do a live stream of it or not. I feel like whenever I go live on the PC through Streamlabs, I don't think anybody gets notified or anything like that. But whenever I go live on the phone, it notifies people, and it notifies people that aren't subscribed to me. So I get a lot more random people coming in, which, makes me happy because I get to meet people like you that also enjoy horror movies as much as I do. And that's the whole point of me doing this, is to garner some more views and subscriptions so that by the time I decide to do something else, like do a new video or whatever, it gets the support that it needs from people like you, you know? So that's the whole goal here. At the same time, I've been procrastinating on my editing because I have a little less than a month till the end of April to get everything packed and thrown away or cleaned before the move, which is absolutely stressful. Oh, I do too. And I have a 6-hour drive ahead of me. So, all in one go. 6-hour drive. on top of packing everything up and then hitting the road. Woo-wee. Do I hate moving. I'll be right back. I have to piss. Alrighty, I am back. Oh my lord. But there's another game that I'm actually excited for. I never played any of the it's a Japanese horror game. I can't remember what the fuck it's called right now. Fatal Frame. They remade Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly, and I'm kind of stoked for it because I never got to play those games, and I definitely would love to check them out at some point in time. But I'm actually interested in checking that one out because it looks terrifying. I enjoyed the Silent Hill 2 remake as well. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. So, I don't know specifically what the story is about, but I know that you play as a girl. I think you're a schoolgirl, and the whole point of the gameplay mechanic is you control a camera, and this camera allows you to see spirits, and you take pictures of the spirits, but you like rack up points or whatever. And the closer they are to you, the better the picture, the more points you get, which, adds for that layer of tension and scariness. So, yeah, it's another classic horror video game that's out there that I never got to play when I was a kid. But that's one of them. But the Silent Hill 2, though, that remaster remake, that was fucking fun. Now, I've never heard of Armani. Can I play music? Unfortunately, no. But welcome, Shrimp. It's an Egyptian horror game. You have to investigate a cursed tomb and take pictures. Okay, that sounds like a whole lot of fun. Can I play a game? No. So the whole point of this stream is we're talking about horror movies. So what's your favorite horror movie? I may at some point in time do a horror game stream at some point if y'all are interested in that. It's just about getting enough people on here. A lot of people say Scream. Here's my Scream collection. Here's my Scream box. also have Scream 1 through 3 on here as well. And then I have Scream 1 on Blu-ray, then Scream 5 and 6 on Blu-ray as well. What is your favorite game? Okay. That seems... it seems like, yeah, whatchamacallit. It seems like the same person with a different account. Because I've had the same run-in with the same person. I've never played Narc. But my favorite games from old like the olden times, what's now considered to be old school, the Way of the Samurai series. Those games are absolutely phenomenal, and and it's a RPG, choose your own story type of game with a really hard combat mechanic where you have to manage your sword's durability gauge during combat. So, like, if you take too many hits while blocking or you hit somebody too many times, your sword starts to chip away until there's nothing but a hilt, which is fucking awesome. And then you like you're going through this like era of Japan where samurais are like no longer really a thing, and you have to like there's always like with each and every game there's always like a different conflict going on, and it's always it's set in a different time period. But like there'll be like rival gangs or whatever, and then there'll be the government on top of it, and then there's like the villagers, and then you have to like choose who you side with, and the gameplay is like really short for replayability purposes, but the more you play it, the more you unlock and earn points to unlock other things so you can customize your character, which is really fucking awesome. Um, but it was like one of my favorite games growing up. I remember seeing it at my local video store, and I rented it, and I thought, wow, this is fucking sick. It's like awesome. Um, I have the third game on Steam, and I have the second game on my PlayStation 2. I don't have it with me right now. It's packed away. Um, but at some point in time, I'll show it to you. Uh, but it's overall a really good time. Hello, Christina. Have you played Fortnite? Yes, I've played Fortnite with my wife. Not necessarily a fan. As I like to call it, fork knife into a light socket. And then there's also the Punisher video game, which um, which I remember when that game first came out, there was a lot of controversy, and it like showed up on the news and stuff, and they were like trying to connect real world violence to video game violence, which is why the game got like heavily censored on consoles, which is really unfortunate, but you know, that game is fucking fun. It's one of my favorite like Marvel video games. Manhunt. See, I got rid of Manhunt. I sold it, and I'm fucking angry at myself for doing that because of how expensive it is. I would love to get that game at some point in time and play it again. And that's considered to be a survival horror game. Oh my god, not the old Blockbuster case, man. That's ridiculous. I'm trying to think. What other old games that I used to play? Uh, no, you know what? Back in school, whenever we would have like computer fun time or whatever, um, there was this game that I used to play all the time. It was really fun. It's called Bugdom, and you're a little pill bug that can roll around and stuff in this open 3D world, and there's different levels and stuff. But the whole, it's kind of like in the sense of you have to save the queen bug or whatever. Like there's a bunch of like ladybugs that get locked up by this colony of fire ants that you have to go and fucking and save. And if you keep asking me about fucking Poppy Playtime, I'm gonna fucking kick you off of here and put you in timeout. Nobody likes somebody who fucking spams the same shit over and over again. Fuck out of here. Do I look like the type of person that plays Poppy Playtime? Do you play Poppy Playtime? Have you played Poppy Playtime? No. Go away. Well, boo fucking who? Bye. I honestly feel like that's a copy account because these past few days that I have gone live, I've asked the same question, the same answer is Scream, and then on top of it, they'll ask me what kind of games I like, and then they'll tell me, "Oh, my favorite game is Poppy Playtime." Okay, get the fuck out of here. Ain't got time for that shit. It's the same thing when I first started this. I had a bunch of questions about Roblox. It was the same thing from different accounts. And I'm like, okay, we're just going to start sniping these motherfuckers. Get out of here. I don't even know what the hell Poppy Playtime is. I'm old. Somebody help me. I'm old. I'm fucking like frail and crawling across my lawn and telling little kids to get the fuck off of it. I just want peace and quiet. I feel like Harrison Ford, instead of saying "get off my plane," it's "get off my lawn." Just like chucking them in front of a car instead of off of a plane. At some point in time, we all have to learn that we don't need to explain anything to anybody. We don't owe anybody or anyone any answer or acknowledgement that that matter of. If you don't get it, you don't get it. If you do, you do. Cool. Kudos on you. But I'm done playing nice at the end of the day. As long as there's some respect, you gotta get respect. But if as soon as I start sniffing out the fuckery, all bets are off. Hello, Silver Point. I mean, I'm somewhat brain dead. Some consider me to be a zombie. How is your night going? Or day? Or whatever the fuck. I appreciate it. We shall see if they even decide to interact. Oh, my lord. I know we were talking about Resident Evil at one point in time, but I adore this Funko Pop so much. It's so fucking awesome. Oof. Oh no. Oh god. Somebody help me. Okay. At some point in time, I'm gonna just start packing my movies up. I've got you playing on a mini speaker while I game, and Toke also got a 3 pack of beer. Rare area for me. Yeah, that is Kelly. I agree. What are you currently playing right now? I am curious. And what beer, if you don't mind me asking? And it better not be no fucking Bud Light or Budweiser. PBNR is acceptable. Heineken is absolutely unacceptable.
Pap smear beer. Oh my god. But PBRs are fucking the punk rock of beer, man. My personal favorite though is I like Guinness. That's the type of beer that I like to go for whenever I decide to drink, which is very fucking rare. Okay, is that what we're gonna be calling strong? Now, is that what the kids are calling it these days? Budweiser is strong. Nah, I had this 100 proof bottle of it was like tequila and vodka or something like that. It was like a combination of two different liquors, and it was 100 proof. And oh my god, dude, just sipping on that, it's absolutely crazy. And GTA 5 was probably like my least favorite Grand Theft Auto game. I think that GTA 4 was leagues better gameplay wise. It was just something about the physics to me that did it. I'm so sorry, I'm back. They fucking commented.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
They,
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
they fucking they commented on one of my videos asking me if I play Poppy Playtime. I'm gonna see if I can ban them. The Poppy Playtime stalker. I will be right back, however. I gotta take a call. My wife called me and she needs to talk to me. But I will be right back. It does sound like a creepy star, a creepy pasta. And it's not linguine. Alrighty, I am back. We are back. We are back. Back again. My ass crack. Tell a friend. I can't get over Poppy Playtime Stalker. That's funny. This shit's hilarious to me. Lord. Like, is there something wrong with your head meat? Some of these kids, man. I swear. Since the ass whoopings kind of stopped, it's all gone downhill from here. That would be fucking creepy. Not even on the mail. There's like a message etched into my drywall. You play Poppy Playtime? Oh, just like carved with a butcher knife. You play Poppy Playtime? Child, get away from me. It's like The Brood all over again. It's like, I know what you did last summer, but you play Poppy Playtime? No, fuck. What, I know what you did last summer? Eh, not my cup of tea. I heard the most recent sequel that they did was horrible. I like Final Destination. You can never go wrong with the Final Destination series. Speaking of which, Final Destination Bloodlines and the entire Final Destination collection. Ooh. Love this. This shit was awesome. Bloodlines was awesome. Seeing it on the big screen, superb. Some of those 2000 movies were heavy hitters, man. Oh shit. Speaking of 2000s, was this? I'm not sure if this came out in 2000. I think this was like 99 or something like that. But this movie was fucking amazing too. Part 2 was fucking phenomenal. Ooh. Look at me! I'm Leatherface! Love that movie. It's a good stoner movie. Until next time, Don John, appreciate you stopping by. And I'm also going to end this stream as well. So I hope to hear from you in the future. Peace out.